So I want to welcome you here, Joyce Edison, and I want to welcome you to this series of letting go and live well. And this is what I'm calling this series. It's letting go and live well. It's an opportunity to let go of the past and move forward so you can live well. So again, my name is Joyce Edison, Interpersonal Wellness Services Inc. And I'm going to be doing this series of letting go and live well. And so as I share this with you, I want you to think about yourself. And you may ask yourself, why is Joyce qualified to talk about that? And I think there are a number of reasons that qualify me to talk about letting go and living well, because I consider myself the chief people developer. And I think in order for us to grow and in order for us to get to that next level, we have to let go of something. And what is it we want to let go of? And we can let go of a number of things. We can let go of our pride. We can let go of our ambition. We can let go of anger. We can let go of frustration. We can let go of blame. These are all things that we can let go of. And if we were to let go, we would find that there were a lot of opportunities to grow and to develop into our next best self. And what I've seen is often, so many times, we are at that place where we are stuck. We're stuck in an old habit. We're stuck in an old pattern. We're stuck in a way where we're not thinking about the reality or the future. We're thinking about the past. And if you've ever looked at a marathon runner, how many of them do you see running and they're looking behind? If they do, they would trip and fall and break some part of their body. It is not wise for us to be holding on to the baggages we're carrying and trying to run ahead and run life as swiftly as we need to. As I record this, it is July 9th and it's July 10th rather. And we're in the midst of COVID-19. We haven't even finished the first wave, right? It's gone in waves where we've seen some places have gotten it, some is just being introduced in some areas, and we're seeing the whole world has stopped. The whole world stopped because of this disease. And there has never been a time in history where the whole world stopped, where the whole world is facing the same thing at the same time, like we see with the coronavirus. This pandemic has taught us so much. It also shows us that we cannot hold on to baggage anymore. We need to let go of the things that we were holding on to in order for us to grow. And one of the things I've been doing is listening to podcasts and listening to books. I'm an avid reader, but because of time, I spend most of my reading time looking at reading Audible books. So I do most of my reading in Audible. And as I do that, one of the things I'm learning is that it's starting to dawn on me that we don't have as much time as we thought we did. Time is of the essence, and it's very, very important for us to move ahead with the time that we have. And one of the things we're doing at Interpersonal Wellness Services Inc. is we're planning for the Global Workplace Wellness Summit. And more than ever, we're planning with so much momentum. I remember when we started the Global Workplace Wellness Summit back in 2018, I had no idea what I was doing. It was just a nice idea, and it really grew into a live summit, and people came, and we had such amazing feedback, because what they tell us is, Joyce, this allowed me to focus on the issues that were happening in our workplace, and we can move ahead. And so as we grow from that into 2019, I decided to experiment with virtual summit. Lo and behold, we had everything planned for a live summit in San Mateo, California in 2020, and here we are with the pandemic. So we have two choices. We either postpone till next year, or we let go of that idea, and I go back and say, well, we did experiment with virtual summit last year. Let me see how that worked. let's put it into action and see how that works. And then ideas start flowing. And I think we're going to have one of the most amazing summits that we've had yet in the years that we've been doing this. So sometimes what looks like a really bad thing, what looks like a terrible idea, is an opportunity for learning. It's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for us to do things differently or do things better. And we cannot dismiss those opportunities. What's important though is for us to move forward, to continue growing, to give ourselves those opportunities to learn. And if I was going to label myself, I would label myself as the chief people developer. I'm all about growth. And if you know me, if you've ever taken a course with me or been to one of my webinars or you've been to anything that I teach, I'm all about giving you information to change your life. I'm all about stretching your thinking. I'm all about getting you to that next level of growth. And too many of us are stuck at that first level. With coronavirus, I said it's still at that first wave. And we see some of the states in the US, they're saying second wave. The second wave is not. This is still the first wave. And many of us are stuck at that first wave in our lives. We've never moved to the second level. We're not growing. We're stuck. And we need growth hormones. We need to think differently. We need to shift our mindset. We need to start thinking about new ways of being, new ways of living, new choices, and consequences. I was so flabbergasted this year with some incidents that happened at my church and in our community. And when at one point I sat absolutely stunned and silent. And if you know me, I don't get silent very often. But I was stunned when I heard how people think. And I'm like, so that's why people make the choices that they make, is, these people were making the choices that we're making because their thinking is so basic. Oh, you do this and you do that, and this is why you, and I'm like, really? That's it? Don't you think about the bigger picture? Don't you think about consequences? Don't you think about legacy? Don't you think about your impact on others, your family, your friends, your loved ones? Do you just make decisions like that? And it really got me thinking. And one of the things that I've done with my group is rename the group. And we used to be Live Well, Work Well, Play Well, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to talk about letting go and growing, because people stay stuck because they hold on to a lot of baggage. Oh, this person did that to me, or that person did this to me, or this happened, and they don't grow. We need to grow. But what I also came to realize is that many times people don't grow because they don't have the skills. And I was talking to one of my clients and I said, thinking is a skill. And she said, oh, I hadn't thought about it that way. And I said, yes, thinking is a skill. And the better you become at it, the better decisions you make in your life. And you have to practice thinking more consistently, more frequently. You need to think about the way you think. You need to examine your thinking, and that is how you grow to the next level. You don't get to the next level by just thinking and just saying, oh well, I'm not accountable to anybody, and that's my choice. And every choice have a consequence, and sometimes the consequences pile up so much and then they fall down on us, boom, and we cannot survive the weight of the consequences. It's important for us to think about long term. If I get away with this one time, maybe I should think about how am I going to get out of that situation? How can I change my thinking in order for me to have new results? You cannot expect to do the same thing over and over and over again, and it's always the other person's fault. It's always the people. And I always say with my clients, because as a conflict analyst, I see a lot of people who come up, come to see me and they've had problems in one department and they've moved to another department, and they're now having problems with their spouses, with their adult children, their family members, and it's always the other person. So one of the things I've started saying to them is take a look around you and see who is the common element. If you are the common element every time this conflict starts, you are there, then it means you are part of the problem. And in order for us to change, we need to shift our mindset, shift our thinking, shift the way we are, the way we're seeing things, the lenses with which we're looking at the world. That is how we're going to change our life. That's how we're going to let go and move on, because it's too common. It is too common. And I sometimes when I'm coaching clients, I see patterns and I see things that are coming up, and it's always about how do I create awareness for them that is non-threatening, in a way that they are actually the one that's grasping it and saying, yeah, I did this. Yeah, how does that look? That doesn't represent me the way I want to be represented. Because when we notice that, then the change comes from within. We can let go what we've been holding on to, so we can grasp the opportunities for growth, the opportunity to show up differently, the opportunity to live a different way and have a different impact. If we continue to show up the same way, we're going to have the same results. But more importantly, if we don't change our thinking, we're going to show up the same way. So we have to change our thinking. We need to shift our mindset and start looking at, what do I believe in? What is the reason why I am making these choices? What are some key things that I need to do differently or think of differently so that I can get to my next level? If I consistently say the same thing, do the same thing, make the same choices, and I'm having the same result. Einstein said that is insanity, actually, if you are doing the same thing and expecting the same result. So what do you want differently? Then that determines the new way of thinking. You have to start thinking about what you want and how you're going to get it. But most importantly, who do you need to become in order to get there? In order for that next level of growth, in order for that's next level, that's next rung in the ladder. Who do I need to become? What do I need to think of differently? What do I need to say differently? Who do I need to be aligned with? There are times in your life that you realize the people that you're hanging out with are not adding to your well being. They're not adding to your growth. They're not adding to you spiritually, socially, emotionally, intellectually. Then I say leave them behind, because that is a sign that you need to leave those people behind so you can get to the next level of growth. It's one thing if you're going to the soup kitchen and you're handing out sandwiches, or you're helping and you're volunteering. That's different, because you're there to add value. You're there to give something. But if you're consistently with a group of people and all you get is frustration, they're not willing to grow. They don't see that they need to grow. They don't see that they need to develop. But you're being frustrated by their behavior. If you don't have the influence to change them, then you need to walk away and move to your next level of growth, because that frustration will keep you, get you bitter, and you're going to start thinking negative things about the people, and it's just because you're at a different place from where they are. We're not all at the same place. Some people are at a completely different place and a completely different way of thinking. I am stunned sometimes when I hear how people think and what they think and why the thoughts they're having, and the realization and the agreement that they're coming up with in their minds, and saying this is how the world works. And I always look at people. I always look at, if someone judges you or makes a judgment about you for at a certain level, that's how they see themselves. right? We cannot judge someone based on a frame of reference that we don't have. We can only judge someone based on a frame of reference that we already have, because that's all we have that thought, because we can see that, we can envision that happen. It's a frame of reference. But if you don't have that frame of reference, you can envision in that happen, and you're not able to judge someone of it. And it was so funny, because I was talking about an incident that happened last month, and I could not bring myself to judge that person so harshly. I couldn't believe that someone would have done this. And so I keep making excuses in my head. No, Joyce, you shouldn't have that thought. It's impossible. Nobody would do that. You wouldn't do that. That wouldn't make any sense. And then I realized, when the evidence did happen, when it was plain and I couldn't deny it anymore, that that person actually did that, it was so heartbreaking. I was so sad. I was like, I can't believe you would do that. Why? Why would you do that? This makes no sense. But it made no sense to me, because I am not where that person is at. And that's what I had to come back and realize. I'm like, I am at a completely different place from where that person is at. And so to me, it seems devilish. And to me, it seems horrible. And it seems just absolutely bizarre. Why would someone do that? Because they don't think the way I'm thinking. They don't see the world the way I see it. They don't have my perspective or my lens. We're not at the same place in life. And you have to remember, life is it's like a ladder with rungs. And all of us are at different rungs. And sometimes some people, when they look up and they see you at a different rung where they're not, they want to pull you back down with them. And so you have to decide, are you going to try to reach up to get to the next rung, or are you going to reach down and pull someone else up? Or are you going to leave your feet exposed so someone can pull you down? There is a difference if you turn down and pull someone up a rung than if someone pulls you down when you're not expecting it. You see, what happens when someone pulls you down, you go down because gravity, right? Gravity will help. You will go down all the way down to the bottom, because the force, gravity, we're always working against gravity when we're climbing. But if you are being able to position yourself on the rung, and you've gotten a good grip on things, and you bend down back and you try to pull someone else up, you can determine the weight you can bear, and you can choose, and you can make a decision. And so you're able now to help that other person and bring them up, and you can pace yourself, and you can say, let's stop, let me take a breath, let me rest for a bit, and then you can bring them up with you. But if you don't know that they're going to grab hold of your legs, you're both going to go down. So it's better for you to bring someone up from your own volition by reaching down and bringing someone up, than to have someone pull you down the rung from your feet down. So you have to start looking at the things in your life that are preventing you from moving to that next rung in your life. Whatever it is, be it skills, right? Is it your interpersonal skills? Be it relationships? Is it the people you're hanging out with? Is it where you're worshiping? Is it the food you're eating? Is it your weight? What is it? What's keeping you small? What's keeping you from growing, moving to the next level? Is it your job? Is it your position? Is it your boss? Is it your relationship with your spouse? Whatever it is that's keeping you stuck, keeping you from growing and getting to that next level, it's not worth it, because life is too short. And I think that's one of the things that was really brought home for us with this pandemic. We realized how vulnerable our health and wellness was. We realized how much we have to do, and how easily we can lose our grip on things, and our life can change overnight, right? We went from merrily having our lives to within a few weeks we were all housebound, and we had to change everything we were doing. Our meaning of life have changed. Everything that was important to us was on the line, and we had to make tough decisions. From every level of government to every municipality to the average family and individual had to make really tough decisions about how they're going to move forward. And that shows us that we have to grow because life is short and things are never going to remain the same. Nothing lasts forever. The only thing that we know is that we have an ability to grow every day, whether we choose to or not. So, this is just the introduction of what I'm going to be talking about as I go through the series on letting go and grow. This is something that I'm going to be doing. As I said, I'll be doing this series over the next 10 days. We're going to let go of some things. We're going to look at letting go of relationships. We're going to letting go of probably friendships, the people we're hanging out with, communities, whatever involvement that we have. We're going to shed some weight so that we can be lighter, so we can climb those ladders of life a lot faster, a lot more fluidly, a lot quicker. And this is not about getting rich or success in the way you mean it. You may be thinking it. It's about success in a whole different way. It's from that inside out. It's from that next level of growth, getting to be that person that you were always meant to be. All of us have something in life that's holding us back and preventing us from moving to a next level of growth. And I'm committed to work with you to move to that next level of growth because it is too important. Be it racism, sexism, whatever ism that it is that's holding you back, it's time to break free, let loose, let go, and grow because life is too short and uncertain. And the only thing that you can do is grow as a person, grow your mindset, grow your thoughts, grow your ability to think, grow your ability to relate to others, grow your ability to be happy, to be joyful, to find new meaning and purpose in life, grow your ability to stand out and to stand up for what you believe in, and to grow your voice, grow your skills so you can negotiate your life and the successes that you want and the things you need in your life, and to negotiate those relationships. We need to grow like never before. If we didn't realize it, you just look at people, some of the so-called leaders that are stuck in that old way of thinking, and they're getting in trouble. They're losing their jobs. They're being dismissed left, right, and center because the world has changed. The world has changed, and you don't want to be left behind. It's time for that next level of growth, and you need to shed, you need to get lighter, you need to get freer, you need to move to the next rung on that ladder, and you need to let go what you're holding on to, because just like you can be grabbed from your legs and pulled down, if you're trying to carry a 50-pound bag or 200-pound bag up the ladder, it can pull you back too, and you will be going down head first. So it's so important to let go of the baggage, let go of the things, free, lighten up your load so you can move through successfully. Joyce Odidison here, Interpersonal Wellness Inc., and I am so committed to helping you. I'm going to be your chief growth developer, and I'm going to be working with you, encouraging you, and challenging you for your next level of growth. Summer is a great time to reflect on your life, to think of where you want to go. Think of what you want to do differently, because you know what, fall is going to be here so quickly, and you're going to say, oh my, it's September, summer is done, and what did I do? I want you to go into fall with clarity, with focus, and feeling so much lighter so you can just move and take on life, because we don't know what's going to happen when the real second wave comes. And I know I want to have grown at least 10 inches tall, mentally, socially, emotionally, and intellectually. And I'm sure you're going to want to do that too. So join me as I do these daily Let's Let Go and Grow series. Let us grow, because life is too short and we have an opportunity to make a significant change in our life now and as we go into the future. Stay well, and you can join me at Mastery. It's my coaching session where every week I work with a team to master the skills in life so that they can grow. That's what we're supposed to be doing, growing. So if you're looking for more and want more of this, join me here weekly and also think of joining me at Mastery. I look forward to talking with you. Take care and be well. Bye now.